A lot has happened quite recently, including whatever's going on in the US at the moment. But I think more importantly, well, actually, really not more importantly, but definitely totally more importantly, we now have our first look at 1.17. Now, for some reason, the game is a bit laggy in this snapshot. And that's probably something you'll just have to deal with. But if we go down here, and I'm going to give myself night vision, here's an example. In the game now, they have given us Amethist Geodes, with calcite and tuff on the outside, which are new blocks. I think this looks quite cool. This looks way smoother and nicer than diorite, at least. Now, if I turn up the music and sounds, when you walk on this, I'm going to turn this up all the way. When you walk on this, it makes nice noises, and in survival, yeah, I would have a lot more time spent playing around in here. I do want to check, effect, clear, okay, so actually the crystals do seem to glow, which is very interesting. Another thing about the crystals is that, these are counted as blocks, so there's no way of harvesting them, so with pistons, and water, in the F3 screen on the right, you can see waterlogged false, and these can actually be waterlogged. Another interesting thing is that you cannot, in fact, break them using pistons. They have to be interacted with manually, so if I get myself pickaxe here and go into survival mode, I can harvest this. I'm pretty sure that if you put fortune on it, it gives you more, and if you put silk touch, you get the actual thing. I do also want to check and see. Okay, so you can actually collect the blocks of amethyst, but then these are special ones, I think, you can't harvest. So I do want to see what these are actually called. Budding amethysts. And these are the only things that these amethyst doohickeys can grow on. So, yeah, you can put them on all sides, and I guess they have 4 growth stages, I think. Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory from there. Sadly, I don't know where this is going, and I find it a bit weird that you're able to actually take the blocks of amethyst. I think it would be quite cool if you actually have to leave it here, though this could be a pretty good thing, a pretty good extra note for note blocks, but we'll see what Mojang decides to do with that. Overall, I think I quite like the block of these blocks of amethyst and all of the geode that comes with it, but I think it does need a little bit of work. Next up, from the amethysts, you are able to make spyglasses. I think there's a recipe here. Yeah, that's useful. Made of copper and amethyst shards. Actually, quite interestingly, you can make the blocks of amethyst, so which I didn't notice earlier. So I think this is actually going to be slightly more underpowered than I expected, which is a good thing. And yeah, you can make that using the copper. I mean, using the amethyst, just like the spyglass. And the spyglass is, I think it does need a little bit of work. So when I go into when I go into the spyglass mode, of course, in F5 it looks really weird, and over here, honestly, I do quite like it, but it would be better if it was in cinematic mode, like the like Optifine. But I guess they're gonna be working on that for a while. This isn't the final version, at least, which is good. Another thing, Optifine is used. This is something important about the Spyglass, I would say, and it's quite important for creators to just, zoom wherever they want, and I think there should be at least some kind of alternative, because as Grian said in his video, it's sort of something he uses for comedic effect, so I don't know what they're going to do with the Spyglass. Yeah. This is excellent. You can have the copper blocks. In fact, I'm going to get all of these out from here. In my inventory, we have all of the different stages of weathering. I'm not going to show the stairs and slabs and stuff, because they're basically the same, really. They just have different shapes. But something I find is really, really good and interesting about this is that not only is the copper ore slightly weathering, which is a very nice thing, but they weather over time, and these are block states that you can actually save in-game by putting next to honeycomb. So not only does this also take up 9 ingots, which is quite expensive, but you can get waxed copper. Now, this is interesting because once you have waxed copper, it stays like this permanently. And this isn't going to change. I do want to see... Yeah, you can't change it back to ingots either, but you can do this with lightly weathered copper and semi-weathered copper. I think this is an excellent idea. I was really worried because it's a good texture block, but it would have been bad, really, if every time you wanted to build with copper, it ended up turning into this, or other way around, or whatever. Which I find interesting, because this is, from a builder's perspective, this is a really good tool to use, and I think they have announced that it's over a 80-day period or something. So that's interesting. On to the next subjects. Lightning rods. These are really interesting. I think they haven't really... Hold on. Summon lightning bolt. Okay, so it seems as if it isn't really attracted to lightning rods at the moment. If I weather thunder, I do want to see. Okay, I've been here for quite some time now. Whoops. And it doesn't seem to have struck the lightning rod. I mean, I know this is just a snapshot, but that would have been interesting to see. These can also be placed sideways and I think maybe upside down. I'll give it a test. Yep, upside down as well. So this could have some really good potential for lighting as well. So we have the we do have the soul lanterns, and actually the lanterns as well. I guess you could attach it to that, but then also vertically, this could be quite cool for the entrance to a build, opposed to I guess some sort of previous similar decoration would have been the end rods. But honestly, I have to say that these this is gonna be far better, the lightning rods. So I guess next next sort of quality of life thing, not really necessary, is the candles. So these come in all different variants. I'm just going to take out a few here. They do need to be lit by a flint and steel, and I'm just going to put that in my inventory for now. So these candles are interesting because they're sort of like sea lanterns. You can stack them together in groups of 4, and sadly you can't put different colours together. They just immediately repel each other. But if I set the time to night, and of course remove my night vision, you can see that when you light these, they give off light levels. Now, interestingly, I think this is something that they really did quite well here, is that they give off higher light levels wherever they are, and however big this is. So in this area, if I light these, you can see that this is only about 2 or 3 blocks, 5 blocks, 8 blocks, and I think this is 15 blocks away. 15 blocks across, by the way. That's what I mean, not any other way. But you can also put these as light sources on cakes, which is which is really interesting. Sadly, when you break it, it doesn't come back to you. You can only put 1 candle on a cake. I mean, I don't really see these candles being used for all too much in the future. I mean, I know it would have been cool if they added coloured lighting, but I think we heard from Lady Agnes in one of the Ask Mojang things on the Minecraft YouTube channel that they'd have to implement a whole other dynamic lighting thing. So I guess there might be a shader pack coming soon from someone for coloured lighting, but until Mojang wants to make Minecraft accessible to everyone, and dynamic lighting would cause a lot of lag issues for people with smaller computers. Right, next thing is Mojang's solution to inventory management, the new bundle tool. You may have heard many different people speaking about these. I'm just going to take a few blocks randomly. Don't know, I can take those. And the interesting thing about bundles is that, hold on, you right click to put the stuff in the bundles. I did actually like it when they put the visuals on the of what was in here, because I'm pretty sure this peaks after a while. So if I put a few more things in, I think after, oh gosh, okay, put all that in again. After a while, it does actually peak, yeah, and 5 more. I think it's after about 8 or so. And I think this is pretty sad. I mean, oh gosh, I just set the weather to clear. There we go. And then to take everything out, you just right-click it while it's in your inventory. You know, I think this requires a bit of work. And actually, in the crafting table, when we look at... where is it? When we look at bundles... where is it? Okay, I'm pretty sure that bundles are made like this, or something similar. Yeah, okay. I forgot to put that in there. So, yeah, honestly, I think this is a pretty poor solution for the moment. And also, you can put bundles in bundles, which is kind of Inception. At least, hold on. You can't put a full bundle in a bundle though. That would have been really overpowered. But I honestly don't think that this is the best solution at the moment. There's a lot of things that they can do with this that they haven't done. We'll see how Mojang deals with it. Now, I did forget one thing to do with the amethysts. Tinted glass. This is interesting because if you enclose yourself in tinted glass, no light can be let in through tinted glass. So the client light here is actually 0. And so there's all of the skylight. It goes from 13 to 0. Now this is really interesting for mob farms and stuff, because you can have stuff spawning in here. Of course, it's not going to happen now because I'm recording. But it means that you can see what's spawning in stuff like general mob farms and so forth, which is, I think, a very good thing to have in the game. I keep removing the crafting table, which is a bit stupid. But tinted glass is made with amethyst shards and 1 glass to give you 2 tinted glass. I think this is a good quality of life thing. Keep it. Nice one, Mojang. On to the next thing. Rails. If I take a few of these. Rails can now actually be waterlogged. This can make for some very interesting things, and I know that it's also really not very overpowered, so if I take a minecart, put it down here, can move through just as easily. Now you do need to keep into account, of course, the fact that you will drown in one of these if you're in survival mode, which I think is perfectly fine. This will also solve issues when traveling with minecart chests as well underwater. So if you're on a server or something and you want to send messages between you and your friend's base, you could you don't have to worry about it going underwater, because you can just put anything you want in the minecart and chest and send it off underwater. I think this is cool. Nice addition, and yeah. Then there have also been a few bugs fixed, just basically quality of life things that you won't really notice that much, but all of these bugs have been fixed, or at least I think they've been fixed. And if you want to check out more of the bug fixes and stuff, just go to the Mojang.net website and it should all be there. And stupidly, for some reason, it started raining again on here. Weather clear. So tell me what you think about the first edition of the 1.17 snapshot 20W45A has been. And I don't know if I'm going to make too many of these. It's quite awkward to do, considering I've seen myself I've seen all this stuff for myself before actually going into the game and testing it out, so it's a bit awkward. I might do some weekly updates on this, but I think that's it. Oh, I did also realise another quick thing that's been added. You can now also have server resource packs, where you have to have a resource pack on a server to join it, and it should be quite easy to do, I'm pretty sure, but that should be quite interesting. Server resource packs, that's going to be interesting because it means that people can update server resource packs, send it over to the server owner, and make sure that you have to have it. I think this is going to more be useful on roleplay servers where you have to change the skins of certain mobs and stuff, but that could be really quite interesting. Anyway, thank you for watching this, I guess, snapshot video. Tell me if you want me to make more snapshot videos to keep people updated. Of course, this one's a bit late because I didn't, I didn't know the snapshots were coming out this early. But if I do get enough responses, make sure you keep notified for when there are more snapshots, because I'll probably be making videos on them if that's what you want. Anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye!